It's Ronnie Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. Well, it is May 1st, Wednesday, the first day of May, 2024. And, according to, what is it? Oh. Tissot time. It's, 2:30. It's 2:20. It's 2:20 in the afternoon, according to Tissot time. Yeah, it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's definitely May. It's May 1st. It is. I'm not sure if it's Wednesday or Tuesday. No, I think it's Wednesday. Wednesday, the first day of May. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. On Tissot time. So, anyway, I'm going to run several videos now that I've made. I'm going to run them all together now in one. And just to say, yeah, I, Ronnie Ward, being of sound mind and body, because just yesterday, on Tuesday, I got checked out at the Kings County Hospital, a psychiatric emergency department. I was kept for overnight observation. Yeah, not quite 24 hours, but a clean bill of health and diagnosis and all of that, and was released to my own recognizance. So I can say I'm of sound mind and body, at least as of, the time I was discharged from there anyway. I don't have to go back, but I do have an appointment with a new set of doctors. So I, Ronnie Ward, being of sound mind and body, upon information and belief, do hereby attest to and state and affirm all these things that I say in here, to the best of my recollection, to the times in which they were given, prior to and even now, some just today and some previously, so that this might be entered into any evidence in any court of law or congressional hearing or any kind of inquest or inquisition or quandary or discussion or conversation. In my absence, should I not be present to do so. And even if I am alive somewhere in the world, this can still stand in my place for me, according to whatever rules, regulations, or customs there might be, to whatever tribunal or group or gathering might be convened to so consider all of these things. I do hereby consent to all of that. I do swear or affirm, as whatever it may be, once again, on information and belief. So it is my belief, all these things that are going to appear after this, all of them running together. I don't know how long it's going to be, but it's going to be a little while. So it's on my belief. So, I can't be committing perjury and I can't be telling a lie because it's what I believe. And the last time I checked, in the United States of America, we all are entitled, citizen or not, young or old, infirm or otherwise, with our faculties or without our faculties, in our right mind or our left mind, entitled to our belief. We most certainly are. So, here we go. I'm not sure where I'm going to start. This is definitely not at the beginning. So, I know that. I know it's not at the beginning. No, I don't start at the beginning. So let's see where to start. Let's start right. Let's start here. Well, let's start with, it's these screen recordings. They're all done in the last few days. So, which one do I want to start with? Well, let's start with, oh, I know. Here, let's start with, let's try this one. Oh, no, not that one. No. Oh, here we go. How about this one?
The son of Eliezer, just because that's how we...
not that one. No, I don't want that one. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. By, sort by name. Oh, no, wrong direction. Oh, here. Oh, maybe that'll work. Let's see. How about this one? Yeah, well, and then Ronnie Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. And, this video was posted, it says 17 hours ago. No, not this one. Not that one. Let's start with, here, let's start with, let's try this one. I realized it. No, I don't want that one. Screen recording. Oh, that was May 1st. Oh, that was that was pretty odd. Yeah, May 1st. Oh, okay. Screen recording May 1st. I guess I should plan these out. Oh, here it is. Here's where I need to start. No, this is it. Yeah, May 30th. 8 minutes. 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Oh, here, let's do...
the son of Eliezer, just because that's how we are. Becoming artists in a playlist called Roots History.
No, that's not the one I want. This is 2. Screen recording, 56 minutes. Was it this one I wanted? Ronnie Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. And, this video was posted, it says 17 hours ago. So, today is May 1st. It's about 5 a.m. or something. So, let's just say it was 7 a.m. 2 in the afternoon. I don't know what time they hold chapel at James Chapel anymore, but I don't even remember the last time I attended James Chapel, what time it was. It's been quite... I think the last time I was at James Chapel was for graduation. For students, graduation in 2021, May 2021 graduation. Yeah, I was there. I wasn't graduating. I sang, though, in the choir under the direction of Maestro Merriweather? Yeah, Maestro? I don't know, he's extraordinaire anyway. Merriweather? Yeah. I performed in the choir. We rehearsed for a few times before graduation. I volunteered to sing so that those graduating in 2021, which was held in James Chapel, could have a choir sing. But I don't remember if the graduates were there. I don't. I can't remember if the graduates were there or not. I know the choir was there, and I know administrators were there, and I just can't remember. You know, it's May 1st of 2024. That was 3 years ago. I know it was 2021 because I had to walk. I walked from where I lived over at 525 Riverside Drive to be there at James Chapel. Yeah. I remember that. That was 3 years ago. Well, I still live in Brooklyn, New York. I've never left New York City. No, I haven't. Seems like a lot of people have left New York City, though. Well, anyway, here's this. The psalmist here gives us an imagery of a weaned child with their mother. This imagery is deeply engrossing and visceral as we examine ourselves during a global time of catastrophes. Catastrophes in this chapel, we will try to go deep into ourselves and listen for God speaking into our souls. Catastrophes? Catastrophes? A global time of catastrophes? Union Theological Seminary, where faith and scholarship meet to reimagine the work of justice. That is definitely the tower for James Chapel, because in the background you can see Riverside Church in the background, and I think you see right there, the other part is the roof of Mick Gifford Hall. And, this, I believe, under these words, the part under these words, over here, this would be International House, where it says meet and of justice. That building, that's International House. Well, that's where I lived from. When I moved in September of 2019, until the notice came that fateful Sunday evening. I think it's Sunday. Yeah, May 8th, 2020. Yeah, here, let's just double check to make sure it was Sunday. I always say it's Sunday because that's when my friend tended bar there, and my other friend and I usually hung out there, but I might be wrong. But let me just double check. Let me just hang on, Sloopy, hang on. Yeah. Well, there it is right there. March 2020, 8th, Sunday, red letter day. Yeah, that was the day, all right. My friend, let's just call her Marianne, because that's her name. I'm not sure her last name now. She might be married by now, or have another name. I don't know. And my other friend Andrew, and myself, we were sitting at the pub on Sunday, May 8th. Sunday, March 8th, 2020. When the text, all three of our phones, the text went off at the same time. If I remember right, I think my phone was probably, I don't know what kind of phone I had. Oh, I think I do. I'm not sure. But anyway, text message saying something about schools, classes being canceled for the rest of that week. I know. Then I don't remember where spring break was, but I could look it up in a calendar. But it seems to me by the end of March, I think I had moved to 525 Riverside Drive. Yeah. I had by then. Yes. It seems like it's a long time ago, 3 years. Oh, that's forever ago. I'm not sure that the global catastrophes to which they are speaking, but, well, let's go back. Let's find out. Yeah, well, and then I finished that semester. I did finish that semester. Yeah. I don't think the grades mattered that semester. I don't think grades mattered for that semester because of all the disruption. I don't know. I don't think they held any grades against you. I think everything was pass or fail. I don't know if anybody failed anything or not. I really don't know what they did. But the summer of 2020, I took 3 classes. I passed all of those, though. Yeah, I did pass those 3 classes. Yeah. Took a reading class with R. William Franklin. He's adjunct faculty. He is the assistant bishop for the Episcopal Diocese of Long Island, and I took a class about digital ministry from a professor by the name of Professor Hahn. Yeah, I think his name's Hahn. Yeah. He was taught at the New York Theological Seminary, which was located kitty corner across the way the way. Right diagonally across the way at the God box. Yeah, the big God box there. It sits right there on Riverside Drive. Yeah, and then I took one other class too besides that. Yeah, I presented my very first digital ministry online in August. Yeah, I did. It was quite the occasion. The first time I'd ever did a whole service. Yeah. If I remember right, R. William Franklin, he read the gospel that day, and I think my friend Mary Ann participated, my friend Virginia did, and, several of my friends did, all of my friends, most of my friends from the Episcopal Divinity School. Yeah, they all participated. I signed parts for people to read and do and everything, and put it all together and had a program all out and everybody's names all listed and all that stuff. I still even have the recording of it. I do. Yeah, I still have the recording of when I did that. That was my first complete. It was a saint day, some saint. I forgot, a Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know, a saint. I picked a saint day. I don't know, a day that works for some saint. I forgot which one, but it's on the recording. Yeah, but that was the summer. Oh, did this big paper on the history of the LGBTI, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersect, plus whatever community. The history of the whole Episcopal Church, kind of like, this big kind of got the whole history in this paper, got the whole history in this paper, got the whole history in this paper, got the whole history in this paper. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was quite the paper. Even forward-looking, a whole section about looking forward, an account of all the bishops and people and significant others and this and that and the other thing and tis and ting and ding-a-ding-a-doom. All of that, yeah, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Pass another cup of coffee and load it with some ammunition and all that stuff, yeah. And then there was the fall of 2020. Oh, passed all those classes. I think those were pass-fail too, but I passed every single one of those. Yeah, I did. No intercession. Oh, then spring came. Oh, God, yeah, then spring. Oh, my goodness. Spring of 2021. Oh, that was the beginning of the end. Yeah, one class. This guy by the name of Sharp. Sharp, yeah, he was, well, I don't think he co-taught this class with Kelly Brown Douglas. The very Reverend Kelly Brown Douglas had a lecture, yeah, theology class, yeah, like contemporary kind of theology, you know. We did womanism and liberation theology, womanist theology, animal theology, you know, just, well, all kinds of theology. It was a round the robin, if you will. Yeah, that didn't go so good. Yeah, because that Professor Sharp person, yeah, he's the first person that just flat out said, no, he wasn't even going to discuss with me. Even having an accommodation for my disability, he says I wouldn't need anything. Everything I needed to know, or everything that needed to be done would just be in class, he said. Yeah, I know, I have all those emails too. That's what he said. I was flabbergasted. I think, I can't speak for the Dean of Students, but I really can't, so I'm not going to. But I know I was taken aback by it and flabbergasted. I don't know exactly what the Dean of Students thought about it. We had several conversations, of course, but, well, those were all conversations, so anyway, you'd have to ask the Dean of Students at the time. Yeah, well, you'd have to figure that out, but anyway, she was great, though. She really was. So that was then the beginning of the end, you see, because I got an F on the midterm, and I got an F for the class. An F for the midterm meant really F for the final two, because you can't make up for that. Not if you get an F on the midterm. You can't make up enough ground. But I did it anyway. I did study, and I did work on the final. And I think I turned one in. I think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I probably did, because I probably didn't have a lot of choice, you know. Well, I did have a choice, but anyway, because I had to have this class, so. So that was the beginning of the end right there. But come to find out, guess what? I bet you nobody knew it at the time. I bet you nobody knew it, but do you know what? Like that F grade, they could have set that aside for that class, because it was still impacted by COVID, for God's sakes, because we were still all online even, yeah. We hadn't even returned back to regular classroom instruction. Nobody was. Everybody was online. So that means it was all COVID impacted. So any class, according to, why, now this wasn't Joe Biden's doing, no. Donald J. Trump, when he was president of the United States, he's the one who worked with Congress unanimously, I think. Unanimously. I don't think, gosh, could Congress and the president act any more unanimously than what they did at the beginning of that COVID stuff? No, I don't think so. Sweeping, waved every regulation, climb every mountain, no, chop down the trees and the mountains and cut down all the paperwork of paper, cut everything, all regulations cut, and this cut and that cut, and money just flowing and pouring out everywhere, except my pocketbook. And except, well, I didn't get the exception that would have allowed that class to be excluded. No, I didn't. I asked for it. Oh, I sure did.
Well, I didn't say abracadabra. I just said, isn't there anything possible that can be done, just given the whole circumstances of COVID and everything else? Because you see, I was 0.4% short of making the grade for your satisfactory academic progress thing. Yeah, you had to have a certain number. Maybe it was 80. Maybe it was 80. I had 79.6. 4 tenths. Just 4 little tenths. 4 tenths. 4 little tenths. Not TENTS. No, there was no. John, Peter, and James. John, Peter, and James, they were at the Transfiguration for Jesus when he was in the Transfiguration. Well, they wanted to build build 3 houses. They would have been tents, because that's what they had back then, tents. They wanted to pitch 3 tents, one for Jesus and one for Moses and one for Elijah, because they were all excited, because they were all up in the air together. And, oh, come, let us build tents for houses for you, the 3 of you. And, oh, I think Jesus or somebody, or the voice just says, oh, my goodness, how silly you are. You know, I have no idea what you're even talking about. Houses, my gosh, we don't need no houses. Oh, we're spiritual. We don't need houses. Oh, my gosh. And then they woke up, it was all over again. Yeah, but John wrote about it. I think John wrote about it. Well, John's the only one. James didn't write about it. Well, Peter didn't write about it, because it's not in Peter's books, so it's in John. You have to read about that in John. Well, John was first-hand account. He was there for that. Well, maybe Matthew, Mark, or Luke wrote about it. I don't know. Yeah, he might have. But John, he's the last word and the last apostle and the last one to write. He wrote at almost 100 A.D. practically. Yeah, the last one. So not tenths, no, TENTHS, like 1 and the base 10 is divided between 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. Yeah, 0.1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tenths of 1%. Well, 4 tenths. I was short. Yeah, just that much. Out of 80, if you had 80 and stacked them all up, 80. Yeah, 80 points times 10, 800. So there'd be a stack of 800 little pieces called tenths. So there'd be 800 of those, because 80 is 1, and 10 times 80 is 800. So you stack up this pile of 800 of these. Yeah. And off that pile, you tick off just 1 little tenth, 2 little tenths, 3 little tenths, 4 little tenths. Oh, and that was 4 tenths too much. Even if you picked off 1 little tenth, the other 799 wouldn't have been good enough. No, that doesn't enough. It doesn't measure up. Not according to Union Theological Seminary. And the Reverend Dr. Serene Jones, who's in charge of these affairs. There are other people I dealt with and talked to, but she's still responsible because she signs the Title IV participation agreement between Union Theological Seminary and Federal Student Aid, or otherwise known as the Federal Department of Education, an executive branch office. Yeah, at the time of these exceptions under Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. But when I took the class, by the time I took the class, you see, it was 2021. So we had just gotten through that whole January 6th thing. Oh gosh, I was working I do sort of remember it a little bit, but I was so busy just trying to pass classes and get by in school and everything. It's almost like a dream, but I know it's not a dream. It's really serious. But the guard changed. Yeah, so there was a new guard, or new changing of the guard, and boy, there's just no exceptions at all. But I do know this. A year before that, boy, Union Theological Seminary, and every other college there is in the world, including Columbia and all the Ivies and the non-Ivies and the Ivy wannabes. They raked in every dollar, every exception. They took in every single, all of them, scooped them all they could right up. Give us more, give us more. We need more leniency. We need more time. We need every exception there could possibly think of. Then the ones we haven't thought of now, please just write an exception that says the exceptions to any other exceptions. And they wrote all that down, and they got all of that. And in fact, they knew what was in the bill that got passed before they even announced it to us on March 8th, the students, because I was able to go back and look and see the dates and the timings on everything, and I know that was the date. You see, I just said it, March 8th. Well, that was a Sunday. Oh, see, I know it was, because that's when we would hang out at the pub and have some drinks. Yeah, we just had few more shots and got a little more drunk and whatever, and glad we were going to have class for a day or whatever too it was, and just enjoyed ourselves. Little did we know, oh little did our little pretty little heads know then, oh my gosh, I remember I got such a chastising I did from the Reverend Pamela Cooper White. She was then the academic dean. I got all up in arms about how students were being treated and work-study money and all kinds of stuff. I was concerned about that and not taking precautions seriously, it seemed like. And just that first days and stuff, and I got a letter that was so parentis. That parentis, in loci parental thing, parentis thing. It was like, no, we know best. It says, we know best about thank you, but no thanks. Thank you, but no thanks. Maybe it's stuck in their craw. So that a year later, they just said, oh, let's get rid of this guy. He's a big troublemaker. Maybe remember him, how he complained to us, dared question us and student loan money and all that stuff. Well, he's a troublemaker. And let's just see what we can do to get rid of him. So maybe that's what they did. I don't know what they did, but it's me, so I can have my own opinion about it. It's still a free country, I think. I think the Speaker of the House, Michael Johnson, was just at Columbia across the street. But that means Union Theological Seminary, because they're really under Columbia's wing now. I think fully they're under that wing. They got the big Columbia wing, the flying, that's the Flying Mercury. The big wing of the Three Kings College, the Crown. They got that all under them now. They had already sold the library to Columbia a long time ago, and maybe the whole building too. I'm not sure exactly. Columbia did have an office up in one corner, but then they're building the big tower when I arrived. The tower was going up. The big granite tower was going up. Yeah, so that was another $100 million opportunity that they had, because there'd been no improvements made to anything at the school, and they were like running down, and oh my God, what are we ever going to do? And oh gee whiz, wow, we have this piece of quadrangular thing, a quadrangular. So let's take half the grass quadrangular and devote that to a tower, and that can go up, and it can go right through where the commissary used to be and go right out onto a street called Claremont, and that would be 100 Claremont Street, which is a lovely address, 100 Claremont. Well, it's better than 99, I think. Well, 99 was across the street. That was McGiffert Hall. A friend of mine lived there, and I didn't move in there during the pandemic time, I guess, but my stuff stayed there. My stuff stayed there from sometime in March on this calendar, sometime in March 2020, all the way until September of 2021, over a year and a half almost. because that's where my stuff stayed, because I didn't need it where I was, and I didn't really have a way to get there, so it stayed there until my friend Marianne came back to school with all the other classmates came back to school along with me. We all were back there together in September of 2021. It was fantastic. Yeah, I think my friend Marianne had a big truck thing or something she'd rented and came back to move her stuff, and man, she had somebody with her, a friend or so, met them, and that was really nice. And then she helped me, just me, not her and her friend. No, her friend had other things to do, but me and her, got stuff from Mickey Gifford, 99, Claremont, and we took it to just a few blocks, just like 3 blocks sort of around, just down around the corner to Riverside Drive, 525, because that's where I was living. I was really close by, I even went to the library a few times during the pandemic thingy-be-doo-be-doo-ah, but yeah, you could go in there, you could. Just a couple of times I had to go do some special projects, but anyway, boy, that was it, though. Boy, yeah, I had to change my degree because they would not do the 4/10 thing. Imagine that. Well, just imagine it the other way. 100 would be perfect. And you could have 20. So it's 200. So take a pile of 200. 200 pile is perfect. And take off 200, just take off 4. Out of 200 even amounts of things. 200, just 200 things, and take off 1 little tenth. Oh, God, you already missed it now because you're less than 200. Take off another one. 2. Oh, God, now you've really missed it. You're less than 203. Oh, God, oh, now you really missed it. You're 3 off. And, oh, gosh, now you're 4 off. Oh, so you're 4 off of 200 now. Oh, my gosh, you really missed the whole thing. So, well, I don't know how much counts down at the other end, all that other ballast down there, but I know that 200 really matters. So just imagine, out of 200 equal things, just take 200, just take, I don't know, 200 pixie sticks, or take 200, how about 200, oh, well, what's that game they play where you spell the words, you have to spell the words, and 4 people play, and you're in a rack, and you put letters together. Yeah, just take 200 of those. 200 of those little tiles. Those little wood tiles. They used to be in wood, where you spell the words, Yeah. You have to think of a word to spell when it was your turn. 3 letters, and you couldn't do diagonal. But imagine you had 200 of those letters all out. And then imagine you started flipping those letters, and each one was a blank, because there were blank letters. There were blanks, so blank, 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 blank. And what you had to do was have 200 blanks in a row. Because if 200 blanks were in a row, then you could just keep all those tiles, and you'd have the 200 you needed, to pass the class. But now just imagine, out of 200 of those, if you were turning and you just turned up 1 that wasn't blank, well, then you fail and you're out. And that's what happened to me. I failed and I was out. Yeah, out of the degree. Had to change a degree, which then led to another big problem. I took classes that summer. I passed all my summer classes excellently. And then the fall came of 2021. Well, that was the blowout. I passed 1 class with R. William Franklin, the adjunct for Anglican Studies. Yeah, it was Anglican Liturgy Historical. Yeah, I did a paper on Ralph Adams Cram. Yeah, who recently, R. William Franklin gave a lecture just here a few weeks ago at St. Thomas Avenue, 5th Avenue Church about Ralph Adams Cram and his work there, as well as, Henry Hobart, another bishop and Cram. Yeah, isn't that something? One I did a paper on, for Bishop Franklin for a class, and The other one probably came up in some research or something, Anglican something. I'm sure we did a lot of Anglican stuff back then at Union, but I don't think they have an Anglican program anymore. But anyway, but it was something how he gave 2 lectures on both these things at St. Thomas Church just this past month. Yeah, just like, 3 years later or 2.5 years later or something. Isn't that something? But imagine 200 of those tiles all laid down. All you had to do was flip one. And it could have one letter. Well, they were blank ones. Or it could be or B, A, E, I, O, or U, sometimes Y. And then you could have, those are the vowels. But then you could have the consonants. You could have B. You could have C, you could have D, you could have F, you could have G, you could have H, you could have J, or you could have K. I had to think a minute. J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, O, sometimes Y, and Z. Yeah. Just flip up one, you're out. That's what happened. I was out. Yeah, I know. I call it everything but the degree. When you're getting a PhD, it's called everything but the dissertation. After you've done all the coursework, but have to do the dissertation. I call mine everything but the degree. Because I did fail my classes, except for one in fall of 2021. But you see, something really odd happened in the first of the year of 2022. Yeah, the day before the Academic Affairs Committee was meeting, because they had the date certain that they met. It's published well in advance, so you know. Well, I had an opportunity to submit documentation to that committee. I submitted 2 theories to the committee at the same time because I didn't know how they would proceed because I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody. So I prepared 2 lines of argument, if you will, or 2 lines of defense because I figured for certain I was going to be expelled, kicked out, long gone, you're done, buddy. You're already on Skady 8s, you're going to be out of here. But well, much to my surprise, I worked for days on this. Oh my God, days and days and days. I worked for days and days and days. I worked for days. Right up until the 9th hour, the nth hour. I worked up until the nth hour, not the 10th hour, but the nth hour on this thing. 2 lines of reasoning I put, yeah. One, why they should just forget about the grades completely. BFs, why you should just forget about them and let me stay anyway. That was one line of argument. And the other line of argument was about, well, all the stress that all these problems have given me from none of these accommodations for the past year now have really impacted my health and my well-being. And so, well, you could do something about that too, maybe. So that's what I did. I even had a letter from my psychiatrist, Hart Koppel Perry, D.O. of the Mount Sinai School of Psychiatry. Yeah. He was still my psychiatrist then. Yeah, he wrote this letter that just said, listen, Union, you all screwed up. You didn't give the guy his accommodations he deserved. That's why he has the problems last semester. Not because his inability or lack of knowledge, because you screwed up. Well, that went over like a lead balloon, you know. I'm sure it did. So they said, skedaddle, skedaddle, you go. Goodbye, Ronnie. Yeah, we remember you from a year ago. How dare you? And now you got a psychiatrist involved. Oh, we don't want anything to do with that, psychiatry. Even though Pamela Cooper White was a expert in pastoral care or something. Yeah, well, we don't want no psychiatry thing involved. No, it might be a lawsuit, or might be a problem, or, oh, who knows what might happen. Yeah, who could imagine what's happened since then? I know, isn't it terrible, everything that's happened since then? Well, guess what, that semester, I registered for my classes on time by February 6th. It'd be February 6th of 2020, so real quick, let's check that date. February 6th, 2020. I believe it's a Sunday. 2022, February 6, 2022. It's 2 years after March 8th, 2020. It'd be February 6, 2022. Let's just take a little quick look. I think it's a Sunday again. Let's look. Oh, here we go. Here, that's why we all can see it together. February. February 2022 calendar. Okay, let's see what it says. Oh, it doesn't say anything. Let's see how it reads. How does it read? Let's see how it reads. Let's see here. Let's just make. How about this one? Let's pick this one. What year is this? Oh, that says January 2024. Oh, I don't want that. That's Walgreens. What are they doing on there? Oh, 2022. Etsy? Verifying device. I don't want verified. Did Etsy just verify me or something? What the hell is that? Etsy verified me? Oh, here we go. Oh, this one's nice. It's nice and big. Oh, look at that. Lo and behold. Yeah. It's February 6th was a Sunday. I know. And do you know how else I know it was a Sunday? Because on that very Sunday, you can check. R. William Franklin, the adjunct faculty at the Episcopal Divinity School. He's also the assisting bishop for the Diocese of Long Island. He preached that Sunday at Park Slope at an Episcopal church in Park Slope because I went and attended the service that day. I even have video of my being there while he was officiating. He was doing an official bishop visit. Yeah, he was. Which inspired me to say, oh my gosh, Ron, what are you doing? You need to apply for your 3 classes at least because, oh my God, you forgot. You're so stressed out. You don't have any money to live on. Oh my gosh, how lucky are you that you were at church on Sunday the 6th and Bishop Franklin spoke and was there and I was there and I got thinking about this and got home in time to put that all together and emailed it in, submitted it online, and even wrote an email about it and sent it to all the parties involved and registered for 3 classes. But to no avail. To no avail then by the 10th, which was Thursday. You see, just the 6th, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I had another opportunity to write up another big position paper, only to get like a 10 or 15 word reply or something that just was really short and said, goodbye. And it says, by the way, don't contact us again. Whatever you do, don't contact us again. We're done with this. Which in legalese means if you call us, then we're considered harassment, and then we're going to bring charges against you for harassing us. So I just nipped that right in the bud, and I never contacted them again. No, because I was going to get accused of harassing them. Like people do today. I stop by or go someplace, people say, you're harassing us. Why, that's harassment. People do it all the time now. But that's what they would have done back then, too. Well, Serene Jones would have. I even wrote Serene Jones specifically and said, how about the chief human resources person who's not involved in any of the decision-making at all regarding classes or administration or anything? Let her hear the whole thing. And whatever she decides, let's go with that. Oh, no, Pshaw couldn't have that either. No, so they're squarely responsible, Serene Jones is. She had more than several ways out, has had ways out since then, too. And don't fret your head about any statutes of limitations, no, because I just wrote, well, it's May, but I just wrote a few months ago, back in January, to Vanessa Hutchinson saying, I'd like to talk to you. Let's see if we can do something about me being able to return to school. Maybe we could graduate somehow. I need my degree, blah, 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 blah. She wrote back and said, no, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. No way. You've got to do this, this, and this, and you can't do that and can't do this, and this can't happen, that can't happen. This will never happen. You'd have to redo all this and all this, which as far as I'm concerned is just the same thing as going all the way back to March of 2020. Still holding a grudge 4 years later. Just dismissed it out of hand. Wouldn't even speak to me. Wouldn't even give me an appointment. I never had an appointment with anybody, face-to-face, Zoom or otherwise. Anyway, part really doesn't matter because they're not decision makers. The dean of students don't decide these things, and faculty really don't. Well, they really don't decide this either because the administration does. But lo and behold, what did happen in January of 2022, they wrote and said, well, guess what? We're not going to hold any of your 3 failing grades against you. Nope. Just those are a free pass. We'll just consider those. Don't worry about those grades. Well, my God. If they would have done that about 1 grade a year ago, over 4/10, remember the pile of 200 blanks and you just keep turning one and eventually, boom, you got it. Oh, God. Bang! Yeah, I know. It seems like really wild odds, I know they play Russian roulette with 6 and 1 in the chamber. Can you imagine 200? 200. They'd be like a Gatling. No, they don't even have a gun. Well, imagine a Gatling gun that you're feeding in links of bullets in, and there's, let's just say there's like, I don't know. Let's say there's 400. So you can get it started with 100, feed it first, because it goes fast. So feed in 100, and then there's 200 to go, and then there's 100 on the tail for 400. So, but the first 100 are all blank, and the last 100 are all blank, unless you're on that movie of that thing, and then it's a problem. But otherwise, it's not. So then you could just feed those blanks in, and then start going. Yeah, 200. Well, for me, it only took one. It really only took one bullet instead of a blank, and I was dead. Yeah, dead on arrival. Yeah, but I actually hit 4, so so there were 4. There were, out of 200 in the middle, there were 196 blanks and 4 with live rounds, and I happened to hit all 4 live rounds. I'm still alive. I didn't get injured, really. No, not me. Well, not like Russian roulette, boom, like that. No, not that. But that's sort of like an analogy, I think. And so it's $12,000 because you see, all I wanted to do was just, and I've said this, just register for these 3 classes. I had no intention of staying in class. No, because had I registered, then I would have been eligible for student aid, because they could have waived a little thing for that too if they needed to. They already said 4 classes. We're going to forget about the F's, so, well, after that, like, how much more easier. But what that would have done, it given me about $12,000, so I could have paid my living expenses and moved on with my life, but no, that didn't happen. I didn't get to move on with my life, and I'm still stuck here. 2 years later, I'm still stuck. Stuck between the moon and New York City. Over $12,000 that belongs to the federal government. That Joseph Robinette Biden, the next president, continued the same thing that Donald J. Trump had and underscored it and said, listen, if your semester is impacted by COVID, even 1 day impacted because of COVID, then you don't have to pay back your loans for that semester, and you can withdraw. You can withdraw, get out of jail free, and keep your student loan if even 1 day of your semester is impacted by COVID-19 as a benefit to hardworking students and people who don't have a lot of money and parents and all this stuff. So if your kid gets impacted, mom and dad don't have to pay it all. No, you just get to keep it for free. Well, our semester was impacted. That semester was 2022 because Serene Jones, the Reverend Doctor, sent out a thing in December saying, by the way, the first 2 weeks of class are going to be online. We're not going to do regular routine. All classes are online. COVID worries, concerns were impacting you. Well, there you go. It was impacted back in December. But I didn't know the rule then. I only found out the rule later, which I tried to explain later, but they weren't interested in that then either, because I think they're afraid of admitting something, or some admission would mean guilty or something, or guilt, or well, just guilty. They're guilty anyway, whether they're still guilty. So I'm still looking for that $12,000 because there's no limitation on it either. No, and in fact, federal student aid has this little regulation that says, if at any time a Title IV school becomes aware that a documentation that has been provided to the school by the student or anywhere else has been provided, even if it's provided to the government or not, if there's any discrepancy, any question that something is incorrect or out of place or whatever, the school is mandated, required, mandatory, must investigate and do corrected paperwork. Must correct all paperwork if there's erroneous something or other wrong. Guess what? There is, and they know it, but they never did anything about it, and they still have it. But now, Speaker Johnson was just standing on the steps of Lowe Hall, the former library over at Columbia, the one with the low dome on it, not the one across that's big and square. No, and said, Columbia President, you get your affairs in order here with this Palestinian, Jewish, whatever's going on here, these encampments and students carrying on, and you get everything in order here because we're having hearings, or you're going to have to resign your job, he said just a few days ago. I think that applies to Serene Jones as well, because they're under Columbia, and he was standing at Columbia, so, oh well. I think it's time to do something about Ronnie Ward's $12,000. Yeah, that's why I've made this 48-minute video. Yeah, I'm going to put it right up to my YouTube page right now. It'll be public with all the other ones. Yesterday I sent links to my YouTube page and a few videos to all the academy at Union Theological Seminary. I did. And I'll include this as a special delivery. So, well, on my mark, it'll be 49 minutes and 10 seconds. No, on my mark, it'll be 49, on my mark, it'll be 49 minutes and 54 seconds. 56. I don't know how to convert minutes to 10, so we'll just wait for 4 seconds at the end. Yeah, because it's been 60 minutes. Well, a tenth of 60 is 6, so yeah, a tenth of 60 minutes is 6 seconds. So 4 times 10, so it's like 24 seconds. Oh, I was right, 24 seconds. Oh, we're already there. Oop, over. I went over. Oh, you got some leniency. Not really. Ronnie Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. It is now May 1st, 2024.
All right. Okay, so continuing right along. Continuing on, keep it moving right along. Here we go. I think this one. I think I want this one.
I realized
Okay. Oh, I know what that is. Might as well. Let's just do this one.
I realized
Manhattan.
Yeah, well, Ronnie Ward.
Yeah, well, anyway. Well, yeah. Well, it's, its precise location. It is. It's precise location. 6 minutes and 40 seconds long. Yeah, I still haven't figured out exactly what this is. 14th Street. This decoration. I still don't know exactly. I think it's 14th Street. I really don't know what that is because it's mirrored. It's just a mirror in there. It's mirrored. It is. No. That's all it is. 14th Street. I think. Well, it is. The A train. I believe it's. I don't know. It is. Well, whatever. I don't know. I think it's 14th Street Station on the A train. I think it is. I think that's where this is. It's either there or... No, it's there. Yeah. 14th Street Station for the A train. Those are red. They run red. Now, these are tagged. These were advertisements framed and on the wall of the subway station. It is April 12th. It's a new day. April 12th. Of course, every day is. A new day. Every day's a new day. And well, these are red. Got power and fiber. It's new. Yeah, there too. Oh, whatever. It is. It's a precise location label. It is. Yeah. That's not so precise. Yeah, whatever it is. I don't know. Annunciation. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Annunciation speaker. This is the cordon. Cordon. It's a cordon. Cordon? Yeah, it's cordon. It's a cordon. Yeah. The NYPD Transit District. It's a cordon. Over there. All those things. Transit police, yeah. A cordon. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Big power. Big power. It's labeled. Yeah. 8 p.m. It is. Yeah. Building a better ride. I'm going to do the QR codes. I'm going to do the QR codes. Yeah. Empty accessibility, quick links, log into a pair trains and accessorized service. See our list of accessible stations. Check elevator, escalator status. Apply for reduced fare. Sign up for our newsletter. Learn about the LRI care program. Learn about Metro North Care. Well, anyway, yeah. Well, this is the scan of the QR code. Yeah. Well, it takes you here. Well, it does. Well, anyway, it does, but, yeah, here first. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, it is. Yeah. Yes. It is. That's what it is. It is. Yep. It is. That is what it is. Well. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. That's helpful. No, it's all helpful. It all is. Every time. It is. Yeah. And, all of it is. Yeah. Sure it is. Yeah. It's never obvious. Whatever it is, it's never obvious. Never obvious. Nope. It's never obvious. No, it's never. No, it's never obvious. No. It's the dog's tail. It never the tail can be. Of the dog is wagging. Not that. No? It's the dog's tail wagging. No, it just can't. Yeah, like this right here on the screen. Well, yeah. Well, I just glanced at it. That's right. It's never obvious. Nope. Can't be. No. It can't be. It's all right. It never is obvious. No, it can't be. It never can be. No, it just can't be. It never is. No, it's how it is. Period. Yeah, it can't be. No, it just can't be. So I make observations. That's all. Observations. That's
Cageless sleeping.
Yeah,
Arrangements. Standard starting at 135 per night.
Yeah, well, anyway, it just doesn't work. Yeah.
All right. Hang on. So what's next? This one. I think this one's next. 21 minutes. Screen recording 55. Oh. I don't. Not screen recording. No. Two videos. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, one of these. Here. Oh yeah, let's do this. Let's do this short. 7 minutes. It's this device. It streams TV from Optimum. Yeah. That's what it is. So much for that.
Shark. Looks like a fucking shark. It looks like a shark, don't it? Doesn't that look like a shark? It's just a handle. It's just a handle on a pair of scissors. That's all. Yeah. I know, it looks like a fucking shark. I think so, yeah. Chomp, 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 chomp. Is it a big dime for use with G31 gateway and E3200 extender only. E3200 how big is it? How much power is it? DCGP. Oh, made in China. Efficiency level B1. Oh, this is. Oh, no wonder. Sage Moom at.
Oh, here we go. What's this one? 4:30. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I just got discharged.
Cash. Give cash for diabetes test strips. For test strips for diabetes, they'll pay you cash for them. It's part of the black market underground. In Brooklyn. Yeah, it is. Part of the black market underground. Test strips, cash. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got discharged from Kings County Psychiatric Center. That's right.
Diabetes test strips. 347-352-5944. I don't know. I don't care. I really don't care.
It's right over here. Yeah, I just walked out of there. I just walked out of there 5 minutes ago. Yeah. All the way up there.
Oops, license plate. Oops, license plate.
At that main entryway up there. Yeah, I just walked out.
Lots of blank spaces to park inside there.
Yeah. So I did. Well. I guess this is proof enough, huh? I guess that this is proof enough. I still have it on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
It's
still
not
have
been
it
taken
on.
off. No,
I
I'm
do.
still wearing it.
I am still wearing it. Right now, I am.
Yeah, I still have it on.
Yeah.
On my wrist.
I'm not taking it off.
Yeah.
No, I'm not taking it off. No, I don't have a reason to take it off, actually. No. Videos. Oh, here we go. Figure out which one I need. This one.
Ronnie Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood,
Oh,
Brooklyn, in the city of New York.
Yeah. This goes
It's,
for an hour
Wednesday,
and
the
38
first day of
minutes
May,
and 25 seconds.
2024. What
an
is
hour
this?
and 35 minutes.
Posted to YouTube, April 27th,
Yeah. Here we go. Enjoy.
2022. The video of Serene Jones, the Reverend Dr. Serene Jones, speaking at Arizona State University was from, March of 2022. And this is called
But I don't show this video. No, I don't. I'm not going. I couldn't suffer through it. So this is all you see. That's Serene Jones sitting there. I'm not sure who this is. The Reverend Dr. Serene Jones. Yeah, I don't watch it. I can't suffer through it. No.
Christian nationalism. Join us on Wednesday, April 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for a book launch for the forthcoming book, The Psychology of a Book.
Yeah, I just recorded this a few hours ago. Today, May 1st. Yeah, just a few hours ago. Yeah, just a few hours ago. Yeah, it's a little strange looking this direction, but it works. Yeah.
Launch for a forthcoming book. Not a launch of the book, but a book launch for the forthcoming book, The Psychology of Christian Nationalism.
Imagine that. A launch, not for a book that's out and published, but launching for a book that will be forthcoming in the future. Maybe not. Maybe not. How do you launch a book? How do you have a launch for something that's forthcoming, that's not already published and available? How do you do that? You don't, if you're legit.
Why people are drawn in and how to talk across the divide by Dean Pamela Cooper White. In this powerful book, Dean, that's not been launched.
In other words, racing to be the first out with it. So you get it launched, so you're launching it, so you say. I've not read it. I wouldn't waste my time to read it. What can Pamela Cooper White possibly have to contribute to white nationalism or justice or anything else, given the way that she so rancorously acted toward me, a student who has learned from her? She can't know anything about it worth reading. That's my personal opinion. She's a lovely lady, I know she is. That's all fine. But I've met her husband too. He co-taught a class that I took. He's a lovely gentleman as well. But that doesn't have anything to do with this. No. She was rancorous in how she acted toward me. She shouldn't be publishing a book about white nationalism unless she's talking about herself, her own whiteness and Serene Jones' whiteness and the whiteness of everybody at Union. I mean, if that's what it's about, fine. But why not put the whiteness of Union in it or something? I don't know. But anyway, like I said, I couldn't suffer through watching this.
Yet, Dean Pamela Cooper White uncovers the troubling extent of Christian nationalism, explores its deep psychological roots, and discusses ways in which advocates for justice can safely and effectively attempt to talk across the deep divides in our society. Guests can attend in person while space allows or join via Zoom webinar. Following a lecture from Dean Cooper White, a panel of Union professors moderated by President Serene Jones will discuss the book and respond to the lecture. Panelists will include Kelly Brown Douglas, Dean of the Episcopal Divinity School at Union, Gary Dorian, Reinhold Niebuhr, Professor of Social Ethics.
By the way, the Episcopal Divinity School isn't a union anymore. No, it's not. It arrived a year and a half before I did. And, well, I'm still here, and I don't know where the school is. It's gone. Who knows what happened to it? I have no idea, but I've outlived the school where I was going to get a degree from, for God's sake. Well, no, the degree is from Union Theological Seminary. It always was. Kelly Brown Douglas happens to be a member of the faculty. Yeah. The Bill Moyers chair? Bill Moyers? God, if you want to know about the downfall of America and white nationalism, you need to tune into some Bill Moyers programs. Yeah, you ought to. It's where I got schooled from Bill Moyers. You ought to tune in. Union. You got a chair there in the name. I guess it's empty, huh? It must be empty. It probably is empty. Kelly Brown Douglas had it. Oh, I don't know who could even sit in a chair come close to that. No one. No one. Not a single person. Nobody could. Who would want to? No one would. Not today. Especially not after all this. Nobody will want to do anything there. Not that there's beating down the doors to get there to do anything. Tisk, 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 tisk.
Cornell West, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Professor of Philosophy and Christian Practice. I can't listen to all of this. I can't do it. I cannot. I cannot. However, regarding Cornell West, I do not know that Cornell West has any knowledge of what you're going to see right now or not. I have no idea. I'm not claiming that he does or he doesn't. All I know is that I, since Thursday, March 7th, support the launch of the Justice for All Party today with Cornell West 2024 by donating $24. Thursday, March 28th, another text message. Please have Cornell West campaign contact me. TXKR739 at, gmail.com. Okay. Friday, the 19th of April. We need you to help Dr. Cornell West get on the New York ballot.
Well, what should be obvious is that even after I mistype my email or my phone number inside here, I still get the text anyway, and I reply back. So obviously, they've got my correct phone number, or somebody or something or some program or something's got my name and my number. I wonder what it might be.
Join our signature drive. meaning stop getting the emails. You are unsubscribed from Team Cornell West 2024. No more messages will be sent. Thursday, April 25th. Hey friend, this is Cornell West for President 2024. We hope you're holding on hope for truth, justice, and love. We need your help petitioning tomorrow, April 26th, 12:15 to 2:15 p.m. at Jamaica Muslim Center, 83-37 168th Street, Jamaica, New York, Queens. RSVP here to see your point of contact. If you aid with Cornell West and if he remains on faculty, if you are with Cornell West and if he remains on faculty at Union Theological, then ask him to call me. I could have taken his class, but my schedule did not allow. I attended UTSNYC from September 2019 to February 2022. I'm Ronnie Ward, 464. 923. I mistyped the number. By the way, I called Serene Jones today and got the runaround. I called the school 3 times on this day. I did. And I got the runaround on Thursday, April 25th. 7 days ago. I did. I'm very serious. I will be going public with all that I have in video evidence and potential exhibits. Union Theological Seminary has been and continues to be indifferent, recalcitrant, obstructionist, hypocritical, and utterly devoid of any whatsoever semblance of Buddhist, Christian, Jewish, Jain, Orthodox, or Roman Catholic. It's now 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I expect a call before 10 p.m. Call me by 10 p.m. or don't bother. 3 strikes earlier today and they are out. I called at 12:36 p.m., spoke with Virginia, called back 2 hours later, left a message, called back at 4 p.m., spoke with Thomas, who simply did what he was told to do and accused me of threatening the school. UTSNYC will cease to exist because they cannot survive without federal funding. Let Serene Jones and the Board of Trustees decide their own future self. What an auspicious opportunity to decide your own future in real time. Besides, there are other institutions that hang in the balance depending upon what Serene Jones decides, not helping with anything, not going anywhere. Cornell West can get word to Serene Jones or not. It has never been and is not now within my hands. All of these texts will be provided to Congress and legal counsel. Hey friend, this is Cornell West. Monday the 29th. Cornell West is on the ballot in Colorado. We urgently need donations. Would you chip in $5? This is my YouTube channel. Here it is. Please do forward this to Serene Jones, an academic faculty at Union Theological Seminary. I would appreciate a telephone call or at her most earliest convenience so as to mitigate any further inconvenience on my part. Or perhaps this. My building and neighborhood and my NYC are under 24-hour constant surveillance. Every keystroke and every sound in my every footstep from multiple angels and angels and devices. Please do call me in the morning. I haven't heard from anybody yet. Here's what this video was. Ronnie Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. This is the recording I just made. To suit time, Tuesday,
Now there's 3 of me.
23rd day of
3.
April,
9 and 3.
2024. It's
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ronnie Ward from the Didma section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. A recording that I had made in July of 2023. I refer to these recordings as spontaneous.
So that's July between the 2022 and now. So this is my year in between the 2 years.
Utterance, meaning I have a thought in my head and I turn on the voice recorder on my phone and I begin to speak.
This is me right here.
And
which places all of this work and thought before Pamela Cooper White even had a book launch for a forthcoming book. Yeah, my work predates all of that. And any other work coming out of Union that's related to the work that I've been doing. Or any work that comes out of anywhere else related to my work that I've been doing. I am the original. It's Ronnie Ward for real at gmail.com, 646-923-1090. Yeah, the original. Well, no, I'm just me, myself, and I. That's all. I'm always original, just like everybody else. I'm original every day.
recordings are in one take
Right here.
with no notes
Right here.
and I speak. And I turn it on. A spontaneous utterance.
Yeah.
This spontaneous utterance is about Hans Georg Gadamer, a German philosopher
Oh.
whose major
Like Reinhold Niebuhr, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, maybe Tillich, maybe, I'm not sure.
opus was Truth and Method. I studied under Stanley Paulson. He is a professor at Washington University School of Law in St. Louis. He's also on the faculty in Kiel, Germany,
Oh, who's that?
Hans Christian School there. And I'm preparing this video.
It's actually Christian Albrecht. Christian Albrecht University, or University in Kiel, German Democratic Republic.
To be viewed by
The GDR.
the professors that are guiding the September philosophy study in southeastern Germany from the Gregorian University.
I think I misspoke. Isn't GDR what was East Germany before? I don't know. Now I'm confused. Now I'm really confused.
Vatican City.
Yes, I'm looking to participate at the Pontifical Gregorian University in Vatican City with their various programs, institutes, and centers that they have there. Yes. His Holiness Pope Francis. They've recently done some reorganization there and some realignments and, sweep up a little bit, tidy up here, throw a little bit of this away there, put some new stuff there, dust off some old stuff, that kind of thing. Yeah. Something borrowed, something blue, something new, something like that.
my YouTube page.
Here it is.
Just the beginning.
Yeah, so, Ronnie Ward. It's June 9th, 2023, 5:52 a.m. June 29th, 2023, 5:52 a.m. p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn. It's Ronnie Ward. Think of that. Because dualism is everywhere. It's like, dualism is the basis for, humanity. Participate. Come out with the sense that as a lever, you can move it. It's dim and light, dim and light. That's not.
Like I said, this entire video of the audio recording is on my YouTube page.
Critique in any way. That's a false proof too. Well, I almost left law school after one semester. Because I went and saw my professor, Stanley Paulson, talked to him. And said, you know what? I said, this law thing, I said, it seems to me that there's no right or wrong. Like truth or whatever. It's just whatever some attorney can convince somebody of or, it just seems to have no meaning. Like, it's just, what is this? Like, there's no truth or anything? And he was kind. He was kind. Well, he didn't get into the philosophical part of it at all. No, well, he knew better than that because obviously I was questioning things. Well, it's not about solving my.
So as you're looking at this, the bubble on the left is from earlier today. This bubble here on the right, well, now it's on the left. This bubble is from now. Well, it's still May 1st, but later in the day on May 1st. Yeah.
Questioning or my quest. No.
Not questioning. I happen to live off the Q train. Q for questioning, Q for quest, Q for quandary, Q for quo. I live on the Q line. Well, B2, but I always write Q.
His professor, he just simply said this. He says, well, he says, you're here, aren't you? I said, oh yeah, I'm here at law school. And he said, well,
1987 to 1990, Washington University School of Law in St. Louis, Missouri.
you know how many people were invited to be here and accepted but weren't here? I said, no. He said, there are several that aren't. I said, oh, okay. And then he said, well, how many, the next step back, he said, well, how many people applied and weren't even accepted? Oh, more. And he said, and how many people wanted to apply but didn't? More. And he said, well, why don't you just pause a moment and just say, you're here, and there's a lot of people who wanted to be here, thought they wanted to be here, and they're not, for lots of different reasons, but you are, so why don't you just consider not quitting right now? Just, you're here, and continue. He didn't get into the philosophical stuff, but, well, yeah, you're here. In other words, don't worry about solving truth and all these conflicting ideas and stuff. Don't get all philosophical in the head about it and stop something you're doing. You're here. Just be here and work it out or whatever. But that's what we all do.
Like the Oompa
It doesn't
Loompas.
matter your age either.
Just work it out.
We're all
Oompa Loompa.
This is the part that relates to Kelsen, the great jurisprudential philosopher of Europe, and positivism. Positivism of the law, jurisprudence, this idea of, well, you just don't get all philosophical, you've got to work it out. You don't quit what you're doing. You have to work it out. But of course, you've got to have the philosophical along with the working it out, because that's what you've got to do. That's part of working it out. But you don't wax eloquently philosophical. You've got to go and look at Kilson. This is what I talk about in this whole piece about Gadamer. Gadamer was the protege and mentored by Heidegger. So Heidegger, Gadamer, Kilson, it relates, it's a jump, not a big jump, but it does after Gadamer. Kilson, because truth und method, Kilson. Paulson, who knows all about Kilson, the expert in the world, probably. Well, yeah, the expert in the world. Yeah, the expert in the world. Yeah, he's kind to a lot of people, and a lot of people are kind to him as well. But the expert in the world, I think he's the senior person. He's got to be the senior person on Kilson. For God's sakes, him and his wife translated it all from German or Deutsch or Hungarian, whatever it was, into English. Yeah. And then me, Ward, because I studied under Paulson. So it's Heidegger, Gadamer, Kilson, Paulson, Ward. 5. You got 5 senses. The bubble on the left was me earlier today, talking about, really reading back, saying aloud softly what it's saying in the video. Because I know it, because it's my recording from over a year ago. Yeah. So that's what the upper bubble is. Yeah. Here I go. Oh, I like to say, yeah, I feel like Glenda, the good witch of the north, coming floating down in Oz. Oh my gosh. Oh, so are you a good witch or a bad witch? Why, I'm no witch at all. I'm Dorothy from Kansas. Oh, well, is that a witch? No, that's my dog, Toto. Let's say, in the beginning, there's the light and the darkness. And they, them that created we, us, said, let there be light. Or separate, said. And said it was good. And rested. And then said it, created and said and spoke. And Adam and Eve, humankind, humanity, named animals, named things, name, and said and named and spoke and said and spoke, not let it be written, let it be done, so it is said, it shall be happening now, said, spoken in the moment. And the Word became flesh, and the flesh dwelt among us. And the Word was the flesh, and the flesh became the Word, and the Word spoke through the flesh. The flesh became the Word and spoke through the Word of the flesh. It's the same thing as in John. That's all I can say.
Just me, two quantums of me at the same time in two different places. My whole self is a quant. From two roads narrowing into one road ahead. The narrow road, the road less traveled, is the narrow road. Quantum level, two places at the same time. Maybe it's me, myself, and then it's I, perhaps, onto the road less traveled. I travel the less road. Yeah, because that's the ego person, I, not me or myself. Me, myself, and I. Three parts of the same person.
The upper bubble is me moving my lips as I'm doing this. That was me moving my lips to the audio earlier today. This audio was originally recorded over a year ago. And then it got turned into a video, and yeah, it's not complicated. It's a bit complex, but not so much so. It's rather, well, it's just complex.
I as the superior, I as the dominant, I think, therefore I am. Except, not really, but sorta. I think, therefore I am. That's on a different recording where I've developed this idea. The eyes have it. The eyes have it. Yeah, the eyes. Yes, the eyes have it. I think this how of the word is rather liberating. Rather liberating. It is. It also helps. It's for the idea of the Ghana, the African tale of the Sankofa bird, the Ghana, the Ghanaian story of the Sankofa bird. The bird has feet, planted a head, shrouded or hidden, or not hidden, but known, seen. Community. It needs community, requires community, because it's not about knowledge of only, it's not a knowledge of self, it's like an ancestor into oneself, but at my mark, 21 minutes, at my mark, 21 minutes and 10 seconds, Mark.
So, well, this video is at 1 hour and 49 minutes. I think it's time to call it a day on this. So on my mark, it will be 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 30 seconds. Oh, Ronnie Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. Oh my God, for the sake of continuity. To soak time. 11:10. Oh, 11:10 a.m. It's 11:10 a.m. on to soak time. So on my mark, 1 hour, for the sake of continuity, 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 15 seconds mark